The moment I saw the look in my husband's eyes that night, I knew I'd stepped over a line I could never cross back. But by then, the damage was already done. We were at our neighbor's housewarming party. Soft music humming through the room, laughter spilling from the kitchen, the smell of grilled food and red wine hanging in the air. I was halfway through my second glass when Daniel, our new neighbor, leaned close and made a playful remark about my dress. I laughed, louder than I should have. Across the room, Ryan was watching me. His jaw was locked, his hand wrapped tightly around his glass, as if he was holding his composure by force. I never meant to hurt him. I just wanted to feel noticed again. Lately, it felt like we weren't living together anymore, just existing beside each other, strangers under the same roof. So when Daniel smiled with that easy charm, something hollow inside me, something lonely and bitter, wanted to feel desired again. Ryan walked over, voice low but trembling with anger. "Can we talk outside?" he asked. I glanced at Daniel, who seemed to enjoy the tension. Then back at my husband, embarrassment mixed with pride, sharp and defensive. "Relax," I said lightly. "We're just talking." His fists tightened at his sides. "You're flirting," he said through his teeth, "and everyone can see it." The words hit hard, not because they were false, but because he said them aloud, in front of everyone. The music dimmed. A few people turned to look. My face burned. "Ryan, stop making a scene," I whispered harshly. His voice cracked when he answered. "You already made it." Then he turned and left. The door clicked shut behind him, swallowed by the noise of the party. But the silence he left clung to me like smoke. I didn't follow. I told myself he was overreacting, that I'd talk to him later, that he needed to understand I wasn't someone he could control. It was a lie, one I told to quiet my own guilt. When I came home hours later, the house was dark. His car was in the driveway. I figured he just needed space. I went to bed, angry, ashamed, and dulled by wine. Morning brought light and dread. The other side of the bed was still empty. No messages. No missed calls. My stomach twisted as I went downstairs, calling his name softly, hoping maybe he'd answer, that somehow the night before could be undone. Then I saw it. An envelope on the kitchen counter, my name written in his careful, familiar handwriting. My hands trembled as I opened it. "You made it clear last night that respect doesn't live in this marriage anymore. I won't beg for it. I'm done being humiliated. I've packed your things. Don't come back." I just stood there, frozen. Then my eyes moved toward the door, and I saw them. Boxes. My clothes, my books, even our honeymoon photo, stacked neatly by the entryway. He'd done it while I was still at the party. For a long moment, I couldn't move. The house was painfully quiet. I could hear my heartbeat echoing through the emptiness. "Ryan," I whispered, though I knew he was gone. I sank onto the couch, clutching the letter as tears blurred the words. The house felt foreign, stripped of warmth, heavy with memories that now hurt to remember. I called him, straight to voicemail. I tried again and again until my voice cracked. "Please, Ryan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go that far. I just wanted you to notice me again." No answer. That afternoon, when I tried my key, it wouldn't turn. He'd changed the locks. Panic crept in slowly, icy and numbing. I sat in my car for hours, staring at the door that once opened for me, the home that had held birthdays, holidays, promises. Now it wasn't mine anymore. The days that followed blurred together. I stayed with a friend, telling her it was just a fight, that he only needed time. But even as I said it, I knew something in us had ended that night, and I was the one who ended it. Every time I looked at my phone, the silence grew heavier. Then finally, a message. "I'm not angry anymore. I just don't trust you." Those words cut deeper than any argument ever could. I tried to explain, to make him see that I hadn't cheated, that it was only meaningless flirting, stupid and impulsive. He replied simply, "Trust doesn't need proof. It needs consistency." And that's when I knew I'd broken something that couldn't be repaired the moment I chose validation over love. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. He just let go. like a man who'd finally reached the end of what his heart could take. For weeks, I replayed that night in my head. The laughter, his disappointment, the way I dismissed him like he was overreacting. I'd called him insecure when all he was doing was trying to protect what was left of us. One day, I went back to the house just to see it. He wasn't there. Through the window, I saw the couch we'd picked out together, but the framed photo that used to hang above it was gone. That's when it really hit me. He was gone for good. Part of me wanted to defend myself, to argue that it was one mistake, that I didn't deserve to lose everything over a few careless moments. But deep down, I knew better. He had trusted me in rooms where I hadn't earned his trust, and I traded that trust for the attention of a man whose name barely mattered. Months later, I ran into Daniel at a store. He smiled and asked, "Still with your jealous husband?" I didn't reply. I just walked away, my face burning, because Ryan hadn't been jealous. He'd been loyal, and I was the one who mistook devotion for control. That night, I found his letter again, folded, worn from rereading. The last line hit differently this time. "I won't beg for your respect." Only then did I understand. Respect isn't about dominance or pride. It's about love, the kind that sees your flaws and still chooses you. I looked around my small rented apartment, the bare walls echoing with everything I had lost. The silence that once felt peaceful now sounded like punishment. If I could turn back time, I would have followed him out that door. I would have said the words that mattered instead of chasing attention from someone who meant nothing. But consequences don't care if you've learned. By the time understanding arrived, it was too late, and I was homeless in every way that counts.